Chapter 9, Daily Work. I enjoy practicing my new mental skills. If a child gave up at the first fall, it would never learn to walk. Like any other new thing you are learning, it takes practice to make it part of your life. First, there is a lot of concentration, and some of us choose to make this hard work. I don't like to think of it as hard work, but rather as something new to learn. The process of learning is always the same no matter what the subject, whether you're learning to drive a car, or type, or play tennis, or think in a positive manner. First, we fumble and bumble as our subconscious mind learns by trial. And yet, every time we come back to our practicing, it gets easier, and we do it a little better. Of course, you won't be perfect the first day. You will be doing whatever you can do. That's good enough for a start. Say to yourself often, "I'm doing the best I can." Always support yourself. I well remember my first lecture. When I came down from the podium, I immediately said to myself, "Louise, you were wonderful. You were absolutely fantastic for the first time. And when you've done it 5 or 6 times, you will be a pro." Then a couple of hours later, I said to myself, "I think we could change a few things. Let's adjust this and let's adjust that." But I refused to criticize myself in any way. If I had come off the podium and started berating myself with, "Oh, you were so awful, you made this mistake and you made that mistake," then I would have dreaded my second lecture. As it was, the second one was better than the first, and by the 6th one, I was feeling like a pro. Just before I began writing You Can Heal Your Life, I bought myself a word processor computer. I called her my magic lady. It was something new I chose to learn. I discovered that learning the computer was very much like learning the spiritual laws. When I learned the computer's laws, then she did indeed perform magic for me. When I did not follow her laws to the letter, then either nothing would happen or it would not work the way I wanted it to work. She would not give an inch. I could get as frustrated as I wanted while she patiently waited for me to learn her laws, and then she gave me magic. It took practice. It's the same with the work you're learning to do now. You must learn the spiritual laws and follow them to the letter. You cannot bend them to your old way of thinking. You must learn and follow the new language, and when you do, then magic will be demonstrated in your life. The more you can reinforce your new learning, the better. I suggest expressing gratitude, writing affirmations, sitting in meditation, enjoying exercise, practicing good nutrition, doing affirmations aloud, singing affirmations, taking time for relaxation exercises, using visualization, mental imagery, and reading and study. My own daily work goes something like this. The first thoughts on awakening before I open my eyes are to be thankful for everything I can think of. After a shower, I take a half hour or so to meditate and to do my affirmations and prayers. Then about 15 minutes of exercise, usually on the trampoline. Sometimes I join the 6 a.m. exercise program now on television. Now I'm ready for a breakfast consisting of fruit and fruit juices and herbal tea. I thank the Earth Mother for providing this food for me, and I thank the food for giving its life to nourish me. Before lunch, I like to go to a mirror and do some affirmations out loud. I may even sing them, something like this. "Louise, you're wonderful and I love you. This is one of the best days of your life. Everything is working out for your highest good. Whatever you need to know is revealed to you. Whatever you need comes to you. All is well." Lunch is often a large salad, and again the food is blessed and thanked. In the late afternoon, I spend a few minutes on my slant board, allowing my body to experience some deep relaxation. I may listen to a tape at this time. Dinner will often be steamed vegetables and a grain. Sometimes I'll eat fish or chicken. My body works best on simple food. I like to share dinner with others, and we bless each other in addition to the food. Sometimes in the evening, I take a few moments to read and study. There is always more to learn. At this time, I may also write out my current affirmation 10 or 20 times. As I go to bed, I collect my thoughts. I go over the day, and I bless each activity. I affirm that I will sleep deeply and soundly, awakening in the morning bright and refreshed, and looking forward to the new day. Sounds overwhelming, doesn't it? To begin with, it seems like a lot to cope with, but after a short period of time, your new way of thinking will become as much a part of your life as bathing or brushing your teeth. You will do it automatically and easily. It would be wonderful for a family in the morning to do some of these things together. Meditating together in the morning to start the day or just before dinner brings peace and harmony to everyone. If you think you don't have the time, you might get up a half hour earlier. The benefits would be well worth the effort. How do you begin your day? What is the first thing you say in the morning when you wake up? We all have something we say almost every day. Is it positive or negative? I can remember when I used to awaken in the morning and say with a groan, "Oh God, another day." And that is exactly the sort of day I would have, one thing after another going wrong. Now when I awaken, and before I even open my eyes, I thank the bed for a good night's sleep. After all, we've spent the whole night together in comfort. Then with my eyes still closed, I spend about 10 minutes just being thankful for all the good in my life. I program my day a bit, affirming that everything will go well and that I will enjoy it all. This is before I get up and do my morning meditation or prayers. Meditation. Give yourself a few minutes every day to sit in quiet meditation. If you're new at meditation, begin with 5 minutes. Sit quietly, observing your breathing, and allow the thoughts to pass gently through your mind. Give them no importance, and they will pass on. It is the nature of the mind to think, so don't try to get rid of thoughts. There are many classes and books you can explore to find new ways to meditate. No matter how or where you begin, you will eventually create the method that is best for you. I usually just sit quietly and ask, what is it I need to know? And I allow the answer to come if it wants to. If not, I know it will come later. There is no right or wrong way to meditate. Another form of meditation is to sit quietly and observe the breath as it goes in and out of your body. As you inhale, count 1. As you exhale, count 2. Continue counting until you get to 10, and then begin again at 1. If you find your mind doing the laundry list, begin again at 1. If you notice your counting takes you to 25 or so, just go back to 1. There was one client who seemed to me to be so bright and intelligent. Her mind was unusually clever and quick, and she had a great sense of humor. Yet she could not get her act together. She was overweight, broke, frustrated in her career, and without a romance for many years. She could accept all the metaphysical concepts quickly. They made a lot of sense to her, yet she was too clever, too quick. She found it difficult to slow herself down enough to practice over a meaningful period of time the ideas she could grasp so quickly on a moment-by-moment basis. Daily meditation helped her enormously. We began with only 5 minutes a day and very gradually worked up to 15 or 20 minutes. Exercise, daily affirmations. Take 1 or 2 affirmations and write them 10 or 20 times a day. Read them aloud with enthusiasm. Make a song out of your affirmations and sing them with joy. Let your mind go over these affirmations all day long. Consistently used affirmations become beliefs and will always produce results, sometimes in ways we cannot even imagine. One of my beliefs is that I always have good relationships with my landlord. My last landlord in New York City was a man known to be extremely difficult, and all the tenants complained. In the 5 years I lived there, I saw him only 3 times. When I decided to move to California, I wanted to sell all my possessions and start fresh and unencumbered with the past. And I began to do affirmations like these. All my possessions are sold easily and quickly. The move is very simple to do. Everything is working in divine order, and all is well. I did not think about how difficult it would be to sell things or where I would sleep the last few nights or any other negative ideas. I just kept doing my affirmations. Well, my clients and students quickly bought all the little stuff and most of the books. I informed my landlord in a letter that I would not be renewing my lease, and to my surprise, I received a phone call from him expressing his dismay at my leaving. He offered to write a letter of recommendation to my new landlord in California and asked if he could please buy my furniture, as he had decided to rent the apartment furnished. My higher consciousness had put the two beliefs together in a way I could not have conceived of. I always have good relationships with my landlord, and everything will sell easily and quickly. To the other tenants' amazement, I was able to sleep in my own bed in a comfortably furnished apartment until the last moment, and be paid for it. I walked out with a few clothes, my juicer, my blender, my hairdryer, and my typewriter, plus a large check, and I leisurely took the train to Los Angeles. Do not believe in limitations. On arriving in California, it was necessary for me to buy a car. Not having owned a car before, or having made a major purchase before, I did not have any established credit. The banks would not give me credit. Being a woman and self-employed did not help my case any. I did not want to spend all my savings to buy a new car. Establishing credit became a catch-22. I refused to have any negative thoughts about the situation or about the banks. I rented a car and kept affirming that I have a beautiful new car and it comes to me easily. I also told everybody I met that I wanted to buy a new car and that I had not been able to establish credit so far. In about 3 months' time, I met a businesswoman who instantly liked me. When I told her my story about the car, she said, "Oh, well, I'll take care of that." And she called a friend at the bank who owed her a favor and told her that I was an old friend and gave me the highest references. And within 3 days, I drove off a car dealer's lot with a beautiful new car. I was not excited so much as I was in awe of the process. I believe the reason it took me 3 months to manifest the car was that I had never committed myself to monthly payments before, and the little kid in me was scared and needed time to get up the courage to make the step. Exercise. I love myself. I assume you are already saying, "I approve of myself," almost nonstop. This is a powerful basis. Keep it up for at least a month. Now, take a pad of paper and at the top write, "I love myself, therefore." And finish this sentence in as many ways as you can. Read it over daily and add to it as you think of new things. If you could work with a partner, do so. Hold hands and alternate saying, "I love myself, therefore." The biggest benefit of doing this exercise is that you learn it is almost impossible to belittle yourself when you say you love yourself. Exercise. Claim the new. Visualize or imagine yourself having or doing or being what you are working toward. Fill in all the details. Feel, see, taste, touch, hear. Notice other people's reactions to your new state, and make it all okay with you no matter what their reactions are. Exercise. Expand your knowledge. Read everything you can to expand your awareness and understanding of how the mind works. There is so much knowledge out there for you. This is only one step on your pathway. Get other viewpoints. Hear other people say it in a different way. Study with a group for a while until you go beyond them. This is a life work. The more you learn, the more you know, the more you practice and apply, the better you get to feel, and the more wonderful your life will be. Doing this work makes you feel good. Begin to demonstrate results. Practicing as many of these methods as you can, you will begin to demonstrate results. You will see the little miracles occur in your life. The things you are ready to eliminate will go of their own accord. The things and events you want will pop up in your life seemingly out of the blue. You will get bonuses you never imagined. I was so surprised and delighted when after a few months of doing my mental work, I began to look younger. And today I look 10 years younger than I did 10 years ago. Love who and what you are and what you do. Laugh at yourself and at life, and nothing can touch you. It's all temporary anyway. Next lifetime, you will do it differently. So why not do it differently right now? You could read one of Norman Cousins' books. He cured himself of a fatal disease with laughter. Unfortunately, he didn't change the mental patterns that created that disease, and so just created another one. However, he also laughed himself to health on that one too. There are so many ways you can approach your healing. Try them all, and use the ones that appeal to you. When you go to bed at night, close your eyes, and again, be thankful for all the good in your life. It will bring more good in. Please, do not listen to the news or watch it on the television the last thing at night. The news is a list of disasters. You don't want to take that into your dream state. Much clearing work is done in the dream state, and you can ask your dreams for help with anything you're working on. You will often find an answer by morning. Go to sleep peacefully. Trust the process of life to be on your side for your highest good and greatest joy. There is no need to make drudgery out of what you're doing. It can be fun, a game. It can be a joy. It's up to you. Even practicing forgiveness and releasing resentment can be fun, if you want to make it so. Make up a little song about that person or situation that is so hard to release. When you sing a ditty, it lightens up the whole procedure. When I work with clients, I bring laughter into the procedure as soon as I can. The quicker we can laugh about the whole thing, the easier it is to let go. If you saw your problems on a stage in a play by Neil Simon, you would laugh yourself right out of the chair. Tragedy and comedy are the same things. It just depends on your viewpoint. Oh, what fools we mortals be. Do whatever you can to make your transformational change a joy and a pleasure. Have fun. In the infinity of life where I am, all is perfect, whole, and complete. I support myself, and life supports me. I see evidence of the law working all around me and in every area of my life. I reinforce that which I learn in joyous ways. My day begins with gratitude and joy. I look forward with enthusiasm to the adventures of the day, knowing that in my life all is good. I love who I am and all that I do. I am the living, loving, joyous expression of life. All is well in my world.